back to the show, cyberpunks and retro nerds. Today I thought we would take a look at the movie The Autopsy of Jane Doe. And this is a new horror film directed by Andre Overdahl. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. He's the same director behind the independent, low-budget horror fantasy film Troll Hunter. I'm a fan of that movie. I liked it a lot. It's a found-footage horror film. And I know a lot of people kind of think that genre's a little played out, but personally speaking, I can get into any genre of horror as long as it's executed correctly. And I felt like Troll Hunter was a good movie, so I'm pretty stoked to check out his latest effort. So I'm going to peep this motherfucker. You guys are going to get the trailer, and then when we get back, we're going to be discussing The Autopsy of Jane Doe a little bit. Don't go nowhere!
This is the autopsy of an unidentified female, henceforth known as Jane Doe. This autopsy will be conducted in 4 stages, beginning with an external evaluation, followed by an internal evaluation, the heart and lungs.
One thing's for sure, you're not going anywhere.
Hey, Dad. I think we should get out of here.
Everybody has a secret.
The Autopsy of Jane Doe is big on scares, little on explanation. The overall plot is simple enough. Basically, it concerns a father and son who work in a mortuary, and one night they're sent a cadaver of a young woman by the local sheriff and are told that they have to give him an explanation to the cause of death by the end of the night. Everything about it, from the cinematography to the acting to the overall music to the basic storyline of the film itself, is presented to its audience in a very straightforward manner. Personally speaking, guys, I found the basic premise to this movie to be very interesting, and the entire film is actually pretty good, but the strongest aspects of it kind of come at the beginning and the middle of the film. I was genuinely curious as to what happened to the young girl in this movie, and as the main characters went ahead with the autopsy, I couldn't help but feel a certain sense of apprehension and anticipation as I watched the movie. That, to me, says it's a good horror film. I don't want to give too much away about the film because half of the joy about watching The Autopsy of Jane Doe is the overall sense of mystery the viewers have as they're watching it. So I hope I'm keeping this spoiler-free. But, you know, like any movie, eventually answers have to be served up. Sometimes it's best to leave things up to the imagination of the audience. And if a director or screenplay writer serves up too much details, well, that can kind of ruin a film too. So, you know, it's a tight line to walk. The acting's good. The cinematography is really clean, crisp, and precise. This is a back to the basics type of horror movie. Out of 10 stars, a solid 6.5. Is it perfect? No. Does it need to be? No, it doesn't.